Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Katy versus the Lord of the Rings, the show where I read through the Lord of the Rings for the very first time and give you my unsolicited opinions. Because we all know there are not enough unsolicited opinions on things on the internet. Today, we're going to be talking about chapters 4 through 12. Yes, I did a lot of reading, and now that I've heard about both Goldberry and the story of Beren and Luthien, ladies, I can tell you exactly what you need to do if you want to catch the attention of a rugged ranger or a hot elf or any other man in Middle-earth. Now you might be thinking to yourself, how could I possibly catch the attention of a hot fantasy guy when I'm only just average myself? Even if you are average, you will jump immediately to a 10 if you simply do the three following things. Number one, put flowers on or near your feet, because men in Middle-earth apparently find this absolutely irresistible. Every lady they sing of as the epitome of beauty has flowers, plants, or greenery on or near her feet. Number two, to be considered attractive to Middle-earth men, you need to randomly run through the wilderness singing. Works every time. You know, they see you just sitting around in the tavern and they're like, she's a 5. They see you running through the forest singing randomly. They're like, nope, she's definitely a 10. Number 3, you must have shimmering hair. Doesn't matter what the rest of you looks like, but if you have shimmering hair, you will be considered beautiful by Middle-earth beauty standards, which for some reason also apply to hobbits, because all 4 hobbits are attracted to the same things, even though one would think that hobbits would be attracted to, like, short, plump ladies, but no. They're attracted to elven beauties as well, with their shimmering hair and their flowery feet and their random singing. So yes, there you go. Life tips on catching a Middle-earth man. And now to talk about something completely different, as they say on Monty Python. So, Merry and Pippin. We need to talk about Merry and Pippin, because in the movie, Merry and Pippin are introduced to stealing a firework, right? And Gandalf gets mad and he catches them, and they're kind of like funny comic relief characters, right? But the thing about it is, the Merry in the book is really, really smart and mature and has a lot of common sense. And he's smart enough that I feel like if he wanted to steal a firework from Gandalf, he would have never been caught. Pippin, yeah, probably would have been caught. Pippin is very sweet and enthusiastic, but he's also kind of a little bit immature, and really all he wants to do is eat at this point in the story, so we'll probably learn a little bit more about his character as we continue on. But yeah, it's interesting because, Sam overheard Frodo talking to Gandalf, so he knows all about the secret to get the One Ring out of the Shire. And Frodo's pretending to just move to, like, the outskirts of the Shire. And that's what he tells all of his friends and family, because he doesn't want them to know anything suspicious going on. Sam's in on it, and then he gets to his new home, and he has to tell Merry and Pippin that he's going to leave. And Merry's like, oh, we totally know everything, because we're your good friends, and we've been kind of spying on you and making a plan. And it's just this really great, sweet scene. And I remember Bishop Barron recently said, he talked about how in the modern world, we're just moving to a place where we're so isolated. And we see this in literature, right? Where strong friendships between literary characters are lacking. I feel like in a lot of books, it's like, your main character versus everyone, and your main character can't trust anyone. And she has very few friends, if any, right? In these contemporary fantasies. And then you read Lord of the Rings, and it's like, we have a very strong support system between these 4 friends who can trust each other. And then we continue to add friends on, and they just have such a fun dynamic. And not only do they have a lot of fun chemistry, but there's just this deep shared values and shared trust between the 4 of these hobbits, which is just fantastic. It's such a refreshing thing to see. And if you're writing a modern fantasy, think about that. There may be very good reasons to have your main character isolated, But I just feel like it's every contemporary story I read now is a hero who is very like turned very inward, does a lot of introspecting, and is very isolated. And I feel like that's kind of a reflection on some of the issues that we have in our own culture as well. So something to think about when you're writing your contemporary fantasy. Does this character need more friends? Maybe they do. Maybe you need more friends. Go out and get more friends. It's okay. I'm an introverted author too, so I know it's pretty scary. I know you don't believe it because I sit here talking to people on YouTube, but it's true. Anyway, what else happened? Oh, we met Strider. That was great. People in Bree are super cool. Again, going back to kind of world building in contemporary fantasies, like Mr. Butterbur is really nice. There were a lot of people who were really nice in Bree. Obviously, we had some bad guys and some shady characters in Bree as well. So, but it wasn't just like everybody in the world was terrible. There's a lot to really like about this world, and I hope it stays safe from Sauron. I know it will because, spoiler alert, I've seen the movies and I basically know every beat of the story that is not in the movies because my family told me. So, anyway, there we have it. I don't know if you all have anything you want to add about that, about the importance of friendships in books, or if you know about any books aside from Lord of the Rings that have really strong friendships and emphasize the importance of friendships. Definitely Harry Potter comes to mind. The entire Narnia series, you never have a character going to Narnia alone. It's always either with a sibling or with a friend or with two people who eventually have to work together. So yeah, think about that and let me know what you think. And let me know if you want any other Middle-earth dating advice, or if you have any dating advice for a man or a woman who might want to catch the eye of a rugged ranger. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I will see you next time.